Well, hi folks, 14th of April now, so I've not done a video for 2 weeks, so just show you how things are progressing. So the last video I did was when I was sowing my lettuce and cabbage and rocket and things like that. So they've done alright after just 2 weeks, all come up really well, probably got 100% germination. These are the shallots. I've got the Zebrun and the Elista. Zebrun are actually doing as well as the Elista so far. Got plenty of those to go in. A few spring onions in there, and these are the 2 different types of leeks. So all in all, can't complain with the seedlings, doing all right so far. Now these are the potatoes I planted, and they're absolutely flying on now. Only in the little 10-litre pots. They could do with the water in and probably spreading out a bit, because they're starting to shade a few things. So there were the Nicola or Charlotte. Again, I can't remember which ones. They're my own kept seeds or kept potatoes from last year, so they should be okay. And then there's a couple of these in this new variety called Jazzy, which I'm going to be growing outside as well. Very different sort of leaves, don't look very bushy, but quite sort of leggy. I don't know why, because they've got as much light as the others. If you look at them, they look strange looking compared to those, which are a lot bushier. And then I was absolutely astounded by these peas. Like I said, I only sowed these 14 days ago, and they were up within 4 days. They germinated in 4 days, and they're just absolutely powering along now. I mean, they're ready to go in now after just 2 weeks. But I'll give them another few days just to get a little bit bigger, because I'm a bit busy at the moment. But no, I'm absolutely astounded by those. I can't remember the variety. Sorry, the shop I bought all my seeds from this year, but they've been so cheap and they've been so reliable. So I'll try and remember the shop, and I'll put a link in the description if I remember. But that stuff's going on inside. My tomatoes are up as well. They're just still on a window ledge in the house. They'll be ready to be pricked out in about probably a couple of weeks. So that's the stuff inside. So I'll just nip up to the plot and I'll show you what's going on up there. Well, hi folks, here we are up at the plot. I've not been up for 2 weeks nearly, so it'll be a bit of a shock for me to see how things are going on. And I'm quite surprised. Things have really taken off. The garlic's almost a foot tall now, and you know I only plant my garlic in sort of the end of February time, so very late compared to most. And all the onions seem to have taken well. All 5 rows of them. And if you remember what I've done this year, I've just planted just this half with fertiliser, and then that half over there with no fertiliser. So I'm just trying to see if I can see any differences. As of yet, the ones with the fertiliser do look a little bit bigger than the ones without, but it's very early days, so we'll just have to see. But anyway, no, I'm pretty pleased. Everything seems to have taken. Nothing's been dug up, which can happen with the onion sets and things. Need to get my carrots boxes cored out, ready for the compost, and I can get the carrots sowed, which is a bit of an awful task, but once it's done, then it's dead easy. So I'll just have a look at other stuff. There's not a great deal going on. So into the little polytunnel. I dug all this over a while ago, and I do dig the beds in here because the soil is so dry, and they're pretty much dead as far as worms and things is concerned, because they don't grow anything over winter, so they just dry out and everything sort of perishes. So I do need to dig these over. And I think we've got a bit of a resident, to be honest, because I dug this over and there seems to be little like footprints and all sorts of things like that, and I saw a few feathers. So whether we've got a resident cat living in here, or a farm cat or something, I don't know. But anyway, if there is, it'll keep the mice down and any rats that were about, I suppose. It is pretty amazing how things grow when you've not been up for a while, because last time I came there was hardly any leaves on this rhubarb. Now I can probably start taking it. And yeah, I probably can, look at that. That's just 2 weeks. So that's really flown on, because I suppose it has been quite mild. All the gooseberries have started to get flowers on now. We've had no frost, so we should get a decent crop of those. So yeah, doing pretty well. The Kilmarnock willow's finally fallen over. As you can see, toppled over, but I suppose it'll just live on its side now. It's got a big hole in here, so anyway, there we go. I did notice some frog spawn in the pond last time I came. It was in this corner. Yeah, you can just see something just dived under the surface. There was some frog spawn there, so that might have not germinated, whatever you call it. So yeah, at least frogs are still knocking about, so that's good. This is my perennial flower bit. I gave it a bit of a weeding and chopped all the old crocosmia down. So I've got plenty of bulbs in. Bought a few more bulbs this year because I want to make it pretty maintenance free, so things just come up perennially every year without having to worry about it. So into the other raised beds. This is where I planted some of that giant garlic that was from France. Does look really sturdy stuff, I must say. Good old tough stuff. It's not elephant garlic, it's just a giant variety of purple garlic, so it should be quite interesting if that starts to grow properly. Got all this bit tidied up, that's where the leeks were, and the cabbage is here. So all tidied up, weeded, and I put some compost on top. And in this bit I've put all the remaining onion sets I had. Don't know whether you can see, but really close together, maybe 2 inches apart. There's about 80 onions in about a square yard there. They always seem to do quite well. They just end up with small onions, but just ideal, and it saves throwing them away. So that's what I do with those. So really, all the leaves are coming out on the trees. Spring has sprung, I think. So anyway, folks, that's just a short little video showing you where I'm up to. So that's about it, folks. See you later.